When you hear PIN, what comes to mind? A location maybe, when you're asking someone to give you the directions to where they live? Well, let our attention sit on the PIN that stands for Personal Identification Number. But for many, those that registered for their Kenya Revenue Authority PIN, the personal aspect was breached when the authority accidentally leaked the list of names and numbers of those it intends to deregister from its roll call. Gena Kirori tells us more on the consequences of this breach on many citizens' privacy.
It is used to pay your tax obligation as a citizen and identifies you for purposes of transacting business with the Kenya Revenue Authority. But on Tuesday, it became the center of discussion for a different reason. A document accidentally uploaded on the Kenya Revenue Authority website published a total of 1,338 names and PIN numbers of taxpayers. Soon after, it began circulating on different social media platforms.
We have to keep them accountable so that they justify where public good is being derived.
Obilo, a cybercrime engineer, states that every Kenyan citizen is protected under Section 25 of the Data Protection Act, which states that every data controller or processor such as KRA shall ensure that personal data is processed in accordance with the rights of the data subject.
KRA has sort of made it easier for people with malicious intent to sort of profile these people, and it would even be easier for them to launch cyber attacks against them, because one, they have their full names, and two, they have their KRA pins.
He, however, states that the information may not be enough for those with malicious intent, as it would require more data points such as a phone number or a bank account number.
But that's not to say that you're entirely safe if your name was on the list. You should really watch out for any social engineering attacks against you.
The Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, during an online poll release of data privacy and opinions amongst Kenyans, stated that collection of sensitive data is coached towards holding the data controller accountable.
Section 31 actually expects that companies, by default and by design, how they design their systems should take into account matters of data protection.
In the poll, 1,551 respondents were interviewed in 30 counties in the country between February and March this year, with majority being from rural areas. It found that 54% of Kenyans are unaware about their right to privacy, while 46% are aware about their right to privacy. For the 1,338 Kenyans whose PIN details were leaked, they have the recourse to take legal action against KRA if they feel aggrieved enough to follow it through. Gena Kirori, NTV.